welcome to a safe place. A place where you can hear, you can express yourself, and you can watch information that it will be useful for you in the future, or maybe in this actually time. My name is Daniela Olmos, and with my team, we're going to make you or show you a presentation at a conference about maleness. So, for you can see, maleness or Mexico is considered maleness country. Stereotypes define us and give us the opportunity, or not the opportunity, to express what really Mexico has. The good characteristics and the good things that the country has to offer to another countries. For example, maleness, the 35 of the percent of a woman in Mexico have suffered or suffer in case of maleness, or maybe not maleness, also maltreat or violence. The violence it can be for two ways: physical violence and verbal violence. The physical one is the most easy way to identify with his or signs of like purple stuff in the body. And the verbal one is the one that hurt you, and maybe in the time that the people tell you the things you didn't know and you didn't feel what is happening. But maleness, it can be. Ay, no, ya me trabé. The circle of violence have three interactive persons that stay there. The aggressor, that is the person that is practicing the violence, that is hitting or maybe aggressive by a verbal way. The second person is the victim, the people who is receiving all that actions that is being hearing. The third person is the people who is watching what is happening, and you didn't know and what to do, or maybe you know what is wrong, that it's wrong, but you can't do anything for maybe for fear or that for you are scared. But the truth is that you can make something to change that break the circle of violence. When you know that you are in the circle of violence, or not only the circle of violence in the maleness, the male as well, when you have the first hit or the first sign of violence with your couple, with your friends, with your family, any member of your family, it can be your cousin, your parents, your brother, your sisters, it can depend on that. The next thing that we have is Twitter. Today we are in the 21st century. The social media is one of our massive way to express ourselves. Not only me think about this. The most of the people, the residents around the world, think and believe that the social media is a new way to express yourself. We have two ways to can express ourselves. The first one is the anonymous way, and the second one is for you can know and you can put your name on an article, on a photo, or you can see. Twitter has the initiative to create a hashtag. The name is the hashtag Cuéntalo. With this hashtag, millions of people are lucky or maybe not lucky to express the cases that are living, or maybe familiars that appreciate the case, tell what happened, tell the story. This is for all the people around the world with an account of Twitter, and it can be women's, and it can be boys or men's. So, for example, here, Laura Petro says, llegar tarde a casa y decirle a tu mamá que salga a la parada del bus a esperarte porque te da miedo que hagan algo, pero a la vez sentir miedo de que le hagan algo a tu mamá mientras espera. Nos pasa a muchas. Hashtag cuéntanos. The second one is mala, formada. Mi marido me maltrata, pido el divorcio. El fallo judicial me obliga a vivir en el segundo piso de la casa de mi agresor. Cuento mi historia en la TV. Se molesta porque lo denuncié. Llega, me amarra en una silla y me quema viva. Lo cuento porque ahora antes no puede. Her husband kills him. What happens with this? In the first one, we have the violence or the insecurity in the song that Laura leads. Not only for Laura, also for millions of women. The 35 women have suffered or is constantly suffering maleness. So we can do a lot of stuff to can reduce these. Also, the stereotypes is a basic one characteristic of this, the maleness. Disney has a stereotype, for example, for Speedy Gonzalez with an enormous hat, his beard. He's actually constantly consuming hot stuff, for example, and we can show what Mexico is all about. Maleness is something that it can be eradicated with the positive years, generations by generation. For this quantity of tweets, the original tweets are these. 2.6 million are retweeted. 22,500 answers about this, but only 9,500 retweets with commentaries about it. But how about how many of the tweets are not using or not captured by authorities, by people who can help you, maybe for your familiar? I don't know. It can be another way to can express yourself. Why? Because when you have like a denounce about the people that it's making the maleness, you go to the authority, and authorities don't look any about or don't search about stuff about the new case. There is a lot of cases, exist a lot of cases that women's or maybe men's don't have solutions about it. So we can eradicate this. 8,763 hours. 30% of women, 1 world, and 0 changes. A year has this quantity of hours. The 30% of women is the one that in 1 year is affected. In this year, 2019, this was the percentage, and it's increasing. It's constantly increasing. The UN makes the statistics and polls and charts and graphics about how many women it can be heard and hearings possibly the rest of the years for post the statistic. The numbers are increasing. The 50% of the population in the world have repercussion. So 0 changes, no new laws, new things for it can prevent these, new prevent measures, nothing for we can implement the security or increase the security of women. What is maleness? Maleness comes for the word male. It's also Greek and is based or is related with 2 words: the stereotype and the homophobia. Like I already told you, the maleness is considered a stereotype that is created since the rock era. For example, when the man goes with the woman, and the principal characteristic is that the man believe that women don't have rights, that they not have reason, never have reason, and also that is related with homophobia. How? Homophobia is have the roots based on malice. Malice judge homophobia, and homophobia is also based in malice, in the activities based on males. Also, is relation or is the judge of behaviors, belief, and and stuff like this. For example, for points of view for women and men, that it's correlated also with the micromaleness. The behaviors and beliefs are the ones that it's expressed generation per generation and also in your daily life. Maybe you're suffering a case of maleness and you didn't know what is happening, and it's completely normal. Talking about Mexico, in Mexico is the country that is characteristic by judge and maybe hurts and tells that it's wrong, but don't invest the resources, the knowledge, the security, all of this stuff that it's need to prevent these kind of things. If we don't need, or if we don't do anything for about this, this is going to increase. So we have the fourth type of micro machismo or micro maleness. The micro maleness is based on maleness, but as simple conducts in daily life that is correlated with our life. How? Maybe in an office, in work, in streets, also in house with our couples or familiars. We are based on this. ¿Le puedes contar el final cuando le hice así para que siga hablando de eso? I'm going to explain you the four main types of micromalence. The micromalence, as I already said, is related with the maleness. Also, we have the fourth type. The first one is mansplaining. It's when a man, a full man, tries to question your knowledge and tries to eliminate your speech and what you're telling with his knowledge. This is bullshit. Totally bullshit. You have the capacity, you have the resources, you have the study, you have maybe the experiences, for you can talk, and maybe yes, you can consider his opinion, but the person who is with the chief, you're deciding what you're going to do, what you're going to express, all of this. The second one is the interrupting. Is the interruption, the necessary interruption of the speech for part of a man or to a woman, like maybe in school or in work. I think that in laboral work, in the laboral space, it's most common because when you're talking with your chief, maybe, or if you are with your friends or discussing something, maybe a man can come and say, "Oh no, I know, and he's bad. He's not a person. His opinion doesn't matter." And no, this is not wrong. And maybe this kind of attitude, you can detect it, and you can be angry of that for this kind of behaviors for part of men. But you can know today that it's micromalence, that you are suffering and you're inside the circle of micromalence. The third one is gaslighting. The gaslighting is characteristic by this concept consists is make believe to a woman in a subtle way, in a not complex way, that he is crazy. No, you're not crazy. This is common in teenagers or maybe in couples or also works or maybe in streets when you go to buy something or with your friend, your high school friend that you're talking screaming in a screaming way. He tell you, no, you're crazy, or things like that, that makes you think if you're right or if you're wrong. But you need to be strong and defend your point of view. You need to know that you are correct and you are the one that have the reason to protect you and support your point of view. And the fourth one, and not also not important, the appropriating. This is that you need an idea and you apply to a man that he gives all the credits and the initiative also. I think that this is most common in school and work. For example, you are in a team and you are one woman and three more men. It's common that the woman plans everything. Men are more like dispersing, and women have the quality of being active, quickly, and also effective. So for this, maybe marketing or management is good for women. And for this, maybe you're planning a project, you're planning stuff like this. Maybe your chief gives you the credit of this, the probability for give an increase of your money, and your partner and your friend, maybe your friend, this is not the real friend, comes and tell you, no, I made all the stuff, I plan everything, I design the plans, everything, and that's fake. It's a lie. You have all the total control and your stuff that support that you have the planning stuff. So another stuff that is related with the micromalance, talking about behaviors, we have maybe the way of raise your children, talking in a family way, in a house space. And another is that you can express yourself. Is totally wrong. You have all the rights, the complete right to express yourself. Your right of liberty ends when the other begins to be affected. So this is a part of or an image of micromalness. For example, this is like in a familiar way. A man is with his mustache, stopping or don't make it talk to a woman. The sister to the wife. I'm sorry, not talking them. And the daughter is not watching. What? Maybe the most of the parents and the men in Mexico is considered by not let them know what is happening in the real world, because you are in a bubble, and when you go after the bubble, your bubble explodes, and you don't know how the men are, and in what kinds of situations you can be. For example, with my team, we made a poll in Instagram supporting that the social media is the new way to express yourself, to share what is happening. So we made a poll and we asked for the last, I'm sorry, for if they know what is a micromalness, if they know what is maleness, and yes, the maleness is with the 80% of the people, around the 100% people know what is maleness. The micromalness, we know that the 75% of the people knows that on things that is related with the homophobia. Your fight is my fight. Yes, we need to be equal in the same part, in the same way as men, as women. Men also have the same rights as us. It's common today that feminists are fighting for our rights, women's rights, but they are forgetting. They are forgetting how much time had passed where women can vote. Around 60 or 50 years had to pass for a woman have the right to enter maybe to a church, talking about religions, and maybe for both talking about politics, for can express yourself, have the same right because it's constantly work in sexuality also. And finally, for can work. With the last years, maybe in the 10th century, women can work, can express yourself. His role was stay in house, have kids like rabbits, a lot of kids, make food, wash the dishes, wash the clothes, everything that is related with house was the woman, and it's not for a mom. Well, for close this conference on this TED Talk, based on a Forbes article, Mexico spent $40 million in maleness, or thankful for maleness. In what? How do you imagine how much we can invest this money for improve the top of the country? For example, in security, in education, in medical services, in maybe for improve these new skills to the people that are interesting, that are enter in the school to adapt and have more better opportunities. In actuality, people pay or people pay for new services, for private services, because the public services don't have the vision and the option that it's true, that it's permitted in the future. So next, we can, or in what is spend these 40 millions in car accidents, in sexual accidents, also in insecurity, in parts of maybe less of work and of the all kinds of this stuff. So for this, the only thing that I have to tell you is continue expanding the safe place. Think maybe just 10 minutes per day, and thinking what you can change in what we can do for create a bigger change. So thank you.